Josh McDaniels with the worst honeymoon since John and Kate +8. Brandon Marshall, he's there. My gosh, what a difficult watch this was in Cincinnati early on. Brandon Marshall can't grab it. Kyle Orton throwing deep now to Brandon Marshall. Just through his hands.
Right through his hands.
Just under-practiced, I think.
One concentration.
Lavernius Coles was no better. Neither was Jeremy Johnson. Carson Palmer had balls dropped on him. There's Coles again. Kevin Huber fumbling the snap on a field goal attempt. So the Bengals scored 0 points in this game.
It's painful to watch.
Into the fourth quarter. 6-0. Denver on top and trying to drive before the end of the game. Just see what it looks like. Brandon Marshall catches the first down, and it begins to click for Kyle Orton and Daniel Graham for 20 yards. So Denver, if they get one more field goal on the board, that might just be a wrap.
Do it.
Except they can't get into field goal range when you take a sack to Antoine Odom, which is perhaps what Josh McDaniels is saying.
Rid of the ball, that's what he's saying.
And the Bengals get the ball back just less than 6 minutes to go. There's Ocho. 12-yard gain right there for Ocho Cinco, who had 89 yards receiving on the day. Now here's Cedric Benson, 20 of his 76 yards. Easily the best drive of the day for the Bengals, and it's growing apparent it could be their last drive of the day. Just before the 2-minute warning is Andre Caldwell moving the chains.
Nice little drive going on here.
Next play after the 2-minute warning, here's Brian Leonard out of the backfield. 18-yard gain to the Broncos 14. Next play from the 14-yard line. Broncos watch Andre Caldwell corral it for 8 yards. Next play from the 6. Palmer to Caldwell. Did he get in the end zone?
No, going to be close.
Well,
Let's
the
review
booth
it.
buzzes down, and he does not. He breaks the plane with his tuchus, as they say. Next, but that doesn't count for points. Cedric Benson gets in the end zone.
Did everything they need.
And the
to win
Bengals are up 7-6 with 40 ticks to go, and Josh McDaniels cannot believe that this is what's happening. However, you can run one back maybe. Eddie Royal takes it out. Oh, so 2 plays later, Kyle Orton trying to make a play with Brandon Marshall. Leon Hall tips the ball in the air, and Brandon Stokely has it.
No.
And he's gone.
No.
And there's nothing the Bengals can do about it. And then he runs laterally to take some more time off the clock. And the Broncos take the lead with 11 seconds to go. Longest pass play from scrimmage in the last minute of a game in NFL history.
That's the way the ball bounces. Sometimes.
Josh McDaniels has been waiting 7 months for a break.
Watch this. He runs off 6 extra seconds by going on the goal line here.
And on Sunday, Josh McDaniels got the break and a win with Kyle Orton at the controls. Who's back? It's very. How many people walk the planet and say, "Oh yes, I was the MVP of Super Bowls 1 and 2"?
That guy's my hero right there.
That guy. Aaron Rodgers, the current Green Bay quarterback. Ocho said he would take the Lambeau leap if he got in the end zone Sunday.
You think he will?
I believe it.
First quarter, Palmer.
Good play action.
It's Lavernius Coles in the end
too
zone.
easy.
That's the way the Bengals opened up this game in Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers counters the ensuing possession, 11-play drive.
Yeah, fit that one in there. That was a tight fit.
Capped off by driver. That's the Lambeau lead.
That's a real Lambeau lead.
Tied at 7. Look out. That's Charles Rogers. That's probably Charles Rogers. Pardon me. That's Charles Woodson. That was a little moment right just for you there, Steve. Game out of passing. Returns the balls to the Bengals 11. And then Ryan Grant pops it in.
Nice hold.
Packers lead 14-7, so the gift pick from Palmer leads to Packers points, tied at 14 in the second quarter. And this one is a pick 6 for Charles.
One of the great cover guys in our league today.
Played that well.
Charles Woodson gives the ball up. And the Bengals' next possession, we're flea flickering. It is Palmer to Ocho Cinco for 44 for Quattro yards. 44 yards down, and then move it 15 more down to the 5 after a roughing penalty. 3 plays later, it's Chris Henry in the back of the end zone. I was watching this, I saw the 5, I thought, oh, that was
Just ready
Cinco.
for the lead.
It was Uno Cinco,
He's
not
not gonna
Ocho Cinco. So we're tied at 21.
Free play.
A free play, and here's Ocho Cinco in the end zone.
He's in. Do it.
Will he do it? He finds the friendliest part of the Lambeau lead corner.
How did they get those seats?
He's number one.
Yes, apparently he was. So Ocho is a man of his word, and the Packers are down by 7, and Antoine Odom was having a field day. He had 5 sacks of Rodgers on the day. All the Bengals need to do is get this onside kick, and they're out with a win in Lambeau, and they can't recover it. The Packers get the onside kick, and the team that was victimized by the immaculate deflection, could they be seeing the Packers come back on them in the final seconds? Driver with no timeouts to go. Aaron Rodgers got to spike it. Hurry up! And no one can move either, because a false start would end the game.
Ball snap, 2 seconds left.
Even though Ed Hockley said that the game was over.
There was 2 seconds left on the clock.
But he also said it would have been a false start anyways.
The Pittsburgh Steelers invading Chad Ochocinco's territory, and Ochocinco said if he scores, it's going to be a special celebration. A little possible Dancing with the Stars audition. Ben Roethlisberger, he's never lost to the state of Ohio in the NFL, 11-0.
Loves the play. It's a good job. Buying some time, finding his open receiver.
Willie Parker gets in from 27 yards away. He had 93 yards on the ground, plus 36 receiving yards. 10-0 Steelers on top. 13-0 Hines Ward for 14 yards. Passes 10,000 career receiving yards. One of the toughest receivers to put on a shoulder pad and helmet.
Complete receiver.
The third quarter now. It's Roethlisberger.
Bad read.
There's a mix-up between the receiver and the quarterback there that's going to cost him.
All right, Jonathan Joseph gets in. And so now all of a sudden it's 13-9 Steelers on top. The next possession, Roethlisberger looking for Lima Swede on a rope. Oh. But Swede, he can't come down with it.
Can't throw it any better than that. He's got to make that catch, and he will next time.
And Jeff Reed missed a 51-yarder, so
Good next time.
more points left off the board. Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace.
Now that I'm quarterback, it ain't going to be the next
For
time.
16 yards. He had 102 receiving yards from Ole Miss. The rookie, Ben keeps it there. Big boy.
Would you call that play again if you were coach?
Checking it down.
Steelers on top 20-9. Fourth quarter here. Carson Palmer, Ochocinco.
Get in the end
14
zone.
yards. But Chad, though, 5 catches for 54 yards. He hasn't had a 100-yard game in 16 straight. Cedric Benson.
This guy's coming alive. He had 141 yards last week and 76 more this week.
Running for a contract. That's what I see.
All right, so all of a sudden now, Steelers on top 20-15. Bengals went for 2, didn't get it. Palmer to Lavernius Coles.
Consistency with LeBron.
3rd and 2 from the 20.
Put it out there. Put it out there.
Hey.
Come on, Palmer. Put it out there for him, baby.
Oh, no. Looked like it hit him right
You got to put that.
right in the shoulder pad.
Like he had a chance, Brian.
He did.
All right, so here we go. 4th and 2 from the 20. It's
Got it.
Palmer to Coles. And this is why they got him. Keeps the drive alive. Santonio Holmes knows it's not looking promising. Oh,
Nice play.
Great play on
tipped
defense.
away at the last second.
Nice play. One of the better corners in the game today.
Ike Taylor. All right, 4th and 10. 2 plays later, it's Palmer to Brian Leonard, who scrapped to make the team in the preseason. Picks up the first down.
Move the sticks.
And another look here. And Leonard does a nice job of lunging for the first down, escaping James Ferrier. 18 seconds left. It's Palmer to Andre Caldwell. Bengals.
Play drive.
They
What a
win it 23-20. The defending Super Bowl champs. They're 1-2.
Let's go to Ohio, the Battle of the Buckeye State. Derek Anderson first start for the Browns this year. Carson Palmer and the Bengals trying to get things going to improve to 3-1 in that AFC North.
Oh!
Now, he's been to the
What's he
dog
gonna
pound
do?
before.
What's he going to do?
He thinks of going there, but
Go to the
Anthony
dog
Collins
pound.
essentially tells him, don't do it, child, please.
Child, please.
At this grab.
Woo. Nice catch.
One pink-handed grab. 7-0 Cincinnati. Second quarter, Jerome Harrison taking the handoff. Leon Hall rips it free, and Robert gathers his big man with football.
You can only do that when you have 5, 6, 7 hats around the ball. And look at the caravan it's leading to the end zone.
75 yards. You call it a scamper when he's that big? 14-0 Bengals are up, but here come the Browns, and Muhammad Massaquoi, the rookie, was on point. 30-yard touchdown, but the booth buzzes down and notices the knee is down. So the rookie doesn't score, but Steve Hyden does a play later. Massaquoi had 148 yards receiving.
What happened to Braylon Edwards?
Derek Anderson.
He will no doubt be this week's waiver wire fantasy darling. Third quarter, Derek Anderson, all 9 feet of him. Run it in.
He's got some wheels.
Tie the game at 14. He's got wheels?
Yeah, well.
Fourth quarter, Bengals are down 20-14. They've got to come back. 20 unanswered for the Browns. It's 4th and goal.
Stay active.
Stay alive,
active.
Carson.
He does to find Ocho.
Cinco.
Ties the game at 20.
Where's he going?
Oh, and Rob Ryan can't believe it because they've scored the game winner. If they could only kick the extra point.
It's the Bengals.
Sean Rogers with his 15th career block kick.
15th. Yep. Seen him do that a million times. He's good at it. He's a big man in there, can jump.
So Mangini thought he'd have to try and win it in regulation, but now he's just got to try to win it in overtime. In less than 4 minutes to go in overtime, both teams touched the ball many times in overtime. And Derek Anderson's Browns have to punt it away. A minute to go, 4th and 10. Bengals aren't going to punt it and just play for a tie. They got to try and
Look at him go.
And Carson runs for it on 4th and 10.
man.
2 deep man under, quarterback, and go with it.
So here's Shane Graham for the game winner with 7 seconds to go, and
He made it.
Cleveland drops to 0-4 for the first time since their return year of 99. And here comes Week 5 in Baltimore, a game Mike Zimmer made, coordinating the defense just
Love
3
that
days
man.
after the untimely passing of his wife. And the defense was on point for much of the day. Leon Hall was patrolling the secondary along with Jonathan Joseph, who gets the pick of Joe Flacco there with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. So the Ravens get no points in their first possession of the game. The ensuing Bengals possession, Ed Reed gets it right back.
You cannot throw a route to Ed Reed's side like that. He looked at that receiver the whole while. Ed Reed breaking on the ball, reading the whole play. He's just one of the best defensive players, if not the best defensive player in the game.
45th career pick for Reed, 13th career return for a touchdown, 7-0 Baltimore. Carson Palmer's next possession finds Chris Henry making a play. 74-yard gain down to the Baltimore 4-yard line.
Used his size, pushed off the defender a little bit, and got himself open.
3 plays later, Ravens blitzing as Jared Johnson and Ray Lewis meet at the quarterback, and the Ravens make the Bengals settle for a field goal. 2 possessions later, Flacco to Mark Clayton. Ball's loose. Chinnedum and Dukeway is running the other way.
His heads up. Everybody's hustling to the ball. Pick it up. The whistle didn't blow.
But the referees confer and think that Clayton was down before he fumbled. I don't think so.
It's a close
Marvin
one.
Lewis challenges, and the ruling on the field was upheld that it was not a fumble.
Not a good call
So
at all.
the Bengals get the ball back eventually after a Ravens punt, and Palmer with $1:30 to go in the half finds Ocho Cinco, and Ed Reed knocks it loose.
You got to drop that thing away with 4 points of pressure. You'll see now he doesn't have the front tip and the back tip locked away. It's got it like a breadbasket and knocked out of there. Good defensive play and a heads-up play by the defense.
So the Ravens defense comes through on the plus side of the field again. It's 7-3. Baltimore at the half, third quarter. Palmer sacked by DeJuan Landry, but there's illegal contact on Dominique Foxworth down the field. Let's check it out. Prime, your thoughts.
Yeah, illegal contact. That's the thing to do. You in that situation, you can't let Chad get deep.
4 plays later, after the fresh set it down, spinorama, Cedric Benson into the end zone, 28 yards, puts the Bengals back on top.
This guy's been a pleasant surprise for them all year. Another 120 yards for the Bengals.
First back to go over 100 against the Ravens defense in 40 games. Fourth quarter, Joe Flacco, Ray Rice receiving for the Ravens. Now Ray Rice is running for the Ravens. An alliterative big-time play by the Rutgers. Ray Rice for the Ravens. Touchdown, Baltimore on top. 14-10, but ruh-roh, this is the Bengals, which means it's got to come down to the last second.
You know it.
4th
Run,
and 1.
Carson, do what you did last week, Carson. Take it upon yourself.
Picks up the first down on 4th down with his feet. 3 plays later, Palmer. Ray Lewis dislodges the helmet from Ocho's head. Here comes the flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are friends.
You don't see Ray do that very often.
Yeah, they're friends.
3 plays later, Palmer fumbles a snap.
ball
Recovered
came
by
up
Brian
early.
Leonard.
The ball came up early. He wasn't ready for it. Oh, there it is.
Big time heads up play by Leonard. Next play, 3rd and 16. Ocho Cinco is interfered with by Frank Walker. Your thoughts on this, Dean?
I'm always with the defense, but this is actually a good call. He got there a bit early.
Big play on 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16.
No problem.
Fresh set of downs.
They've been in this situation before.
Next play, Palmer. 26 seconds to go. Andre Colwell. Can you believe it? The Bengals get in the end zone with 22 ticks left to take a 17-14 lead. One last play. Joe Flacco needs a prayer answered. Instead, it's Leon Hall picking it off, fittingly ending the day for the Bengals with a defensive play. And after the game, Mike Zimmer and the Bengals had quite a moment in their locker room together.
Listen, fight your ass off. No doubt. Holly G, what we got? Right here, Coach. That's right. Give it to him. Ball. Give it to him. Coach Zimmer.
Absolutely.
My wife loves all of you. She's proud of you. Win or lose, she's proud of you. And I just appreciate all of y'all's effort.
We got you, man.
The Texans at the Cincinnati Bengals. Matt Schaub and Carson Palmer matching wits. First quarter, second possession of the game, Schaub to Owen Daniels. This was a nifty drive for the Texans.
Well, their tight end's pretty good.
An 11-play drive.
This quarterback's pretty good, too.
Schaub
He's
to
on fire.
Owen Daniels.
He can make all the throws.
And even worse news for the Bengals to add injury to that insult. It's an 11-play drive thrown on him. Antoine Odom, torn Achilles heel.
Leading the league in sacks. This is going to hurt.
A tough loss on that defensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Praying for you, big fella.
Ensuing possession for the Bengals from their own 30s. It's Cedric Benson
Running for money.
popping through. And he is running for money, isn't he?
Yeah, he's running well.
10-yard touchdown from the leading rusher coming into week number 6. Matt Schaub to Andre Johnson, who had 135 yards.
That's a man amongst boys, week in and week out.
7 plays later, Steve Slayton on the screen.
Put the halfbacks out here like a wide receiver. He's a versatile guy.
Out the gate, Texans up by a score, 14-7. A minute 35 left in the half. Carson, Ocho
Cinco, first time this season. He gets deep.
50 yards on the play, his first 100-yard receiving.
He told me he's going to do that this week.
5 receptions, 103 yards. Well, he probably did it because he helped sell the game out.
One-on-one, he's going to kill it.
2 plays later, it's Palmer to Lavernius Coles, toe tapping in the back of the end zone. And the Bengals got the ball back before the end of the half and added a field goal. They're up 17-14, third quarter. Opening possession of that quarter for the Texans. Kevin Walter gain of 13. Schaub, next play, has all sorts of time. Finds Jacoby Jones, and please, somebody explain this to me. It needs explanation.
I got to call my son. He hasn't called me back yet.
Can't say that I can help you on that
What
one.
was that? You can't even help me on that?
Not at all.
Maybe it was the Fox truck. 2 possessions later for the Texans. Steve Slayton, nice gain again. He had 102 yards receiving. 2 plays later, 8th play of the drive. Owen Daniels, one-handed.
Yeah, that's a great catch. He's got some weapons now with Owen Daniels and Andre Johnson and Steve Slayton. They're loaded on offense.
78 yards receiving for Daniels, 392 yards passing, and 4 touchdowns for Schaub. But these are the Bengals, right? They make comebacks, they win, 2 minutes to
That's
go.
what they
Less
do.
than that. Not on this day. Brian Cushing, the rookie. Oh, USC on USC violence right there. Yep. Cedric Benson, it's not easy to call this a just pure revenge game because the reason why the Bears released him has a lot to do with what Cedric Benson did. Off the field,
Right.
was in Chicago, but on the field, he didn't do this in Chicago either.
No.
But he's doing it this year better than anybody.
A 23-yard run on the opening drive for the Bengals that's capped off by a Chris Henry 9-yard touchdown catch.
That's the way to uncover when you receive it towards the back of the end zone.
7-0 Bengals on top. Next possession. This is Cedric the Entertainer now.
Yeah, he's shown speed. He's shown power.
He's
a little bit of
running
everything.
for money.
18 yards. 3 plays later.
He deserved a contract, big fella.
Palmer hits the new executive editor of OCNN, Chad Ochocinco.
Ocho's focused this year, man.
4 plays later, Palmer
Nice
to
corner route, Moochie.
Nice double
Ocho.
move. That was easy. This combination is deadly. Palmer with 5 touchdowns today.
Second quarter, the famed Palmer to J.P. Fashi connection rears its head. 21-0 Igadlo. It gets worse. Next possession, Cutler to Devin Hester. He fumbles.
Oh, my baby.
Dhani Jones recovers.
Way to fight, Devin.
And then the Bengals, 12 plays later, turn it into points. I mean, Lavernius coach, what was going on? It was an orange avalanche.
That's a shutdown.
Scoring on every possession.
In the first half, 5 of them. 31-3 at the half. Third quarter, Palmer to Ocho again.
That's a shutdown.
Palmer missed on only 4 passes and threw 5 touchdowns. Next possession, Jay Cutler after his 3rd interception. Here's Cedric Benson's downhill. 26 yards to the Bears' 1.
Pay the man.
And then he caps it off with a touchdown. A career-high 189 yards in this game
I love kids get second chances and do it well.
against the Chicago Bears. 45-10 is the final. And it's not just one of the best games you've seen by a running back against his former team. It's the best game ever handed in since 1950 by a running back against his former team. 189 yards, and Benson leads the league in rushing after 7 weeks. Huge game for the Ravens in Cincinnati. They could either finish the week in a 3-way tie, potentially atop the division, or 2.5 games behind Cincinnati if they lost to the Bengals on Sunday. Big game for Baltimore, and the Bengals came out of their bye week looking fresh as a daisy.
Nice catch in a crowd.
Second possession of the game, already up 7-0. Ochocinco with a nice 17-yard leaping grab on 3rd and 6, and then a couple plays later on 4th and 2.
Go get it, Chad.
Ocho is interfered with by Fabian
But that's a
Washington.
good call. Good call. I mean, it's a good play by the defender. You're going to get beat for 6. You might as well hold him, get it over with, spot him and foul.
So Chad is a factor early on in this game. 4 plays later, 2nd and goal from the 1. And Cedric Benson is out of his skull.
I'm loving some Benson right now.
That was too easy.
His 6th rushing touchdown of the year already puts the Bengals up 14-0 on John Harbaugh's crew. Next Bengals possession, Palmer to Chris Henry. And both he and Fabian Washington leave the game after this collision. Washington with a knee injury, but it looks like Henry has the worst of the injury with an air cast on his arm as he leaves the field.
Yeah, he breaks his arm right there.
With a broken arm.
Man.
That is ugly. Still, the Bengals were moving the football after outgaining the Ravens 235 to 44 yards in the first half. Second half, different half. Same story. Jonathan Joseph picks off Joe Flacco on the deep ball.
These corners, Leon Hall and Jonathan Joseph, they are balling.
He had only 5 interceptions his previous 258 attempts. That pick was his 2nd pick in his previous 4 attempts in this game. 4th quarter, still 17-0 for Todd. With a big first down gain, 15 yards. 3 plays later, 1st and goal for the Ravens. 8th play of the drive. And Ray Rice is running for the Ravens in the end zone. And this game is suddenly ripe for a comeback for the Ravens. They're down just 10 and needing a stop here to get the ball back. And you know what? They do, even though after the first down reception by Chad, Ed Reed rips it free.
Smart play.
We talked about that all season. Chad Johnson running after the catch.
And he likes to flip it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he practiced that.
So the Ravens get the ball back.
Come on, Ocho.
8 minutes to go. Down 10, 3rd and 4. Ravens. Watch Joe Flacco incomplete again. Jonathan Joseph, nice play. Stephen Hauschka to make it a 1-possession game, and he misses it.
Didn't take it to the house.
That is the way the Bengals dispatch with the Ravens. Shack Showcase highlight presented
God, do we
by
have sponsors.
Radio Shack. Yeah. Look at Heinz Ward and Chad Ochocinco warming up together before the game. They're warming one another. Look at that. Nice little hug. So Troy Polamalu, as we know, hurt his left knee and missed several games. He came out after tweaking his knee. The first quarter.
If he's out now, they're going to miss this guy. He's as good as they get.
Well, the defense is different in Pittsburgh without him. Meanwhile, Bernard Scott, with Pittsburgh up 3-0, kicking off after the field goal. This rookie had more red flags on him
25 years old.
6 flags coming out of college. And, boy, he's having a nice rookie year for the Cincinnati Bengals. A 96-yard return. And when Cedric Benson would go out of this game with a hip flexor injury.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt. The big fella's hurt.
He said after the game that he should be okay.
Yeah, he will be. You're trying to get
But he comes out of the game. Bernard Scott had to run the football.
All right, let's go, Rook.
This is in Pittsburgh in this big game. But the Pittsburgh offense could not get much going against the Cincinnati defense. Up 9-6 in the third quarter. We got a big man with football. It's Frosty Rucker.
Oh, nice crackback, baby.
Picking off Ben Roethlisberger on the tip drill. Tied the game at 9 after Cincinnati had settled for a field goal. And this is Brian Leonard with the score tied at 12. By the way, after that Bernard Scott touchdown, they missed the extra point. That's why it's such an odd score. 12 all here. When Lavernius Coles with a 16-yard gain. Bengals go up 15-12 on the field goal, needing to make some more defensive plays to get out of Pittsburgh with a win. And on third down here, they get Roethlisberger off the field with 6 and change to go in the game. Get the ball back up 15-12. Here is Brian Leonard for 2 yards. And then James Harrison.
They always catch the second man.
Yeah, second guy. Give him another 15 yards to the drive here.
4 plays later. Second and 5. It's Bernard Scott picking up the first down. 4th first down of this drive for the Bengals. 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. 3rd and 3, and they decide to run for it. And Scott is stopped here.
Very conservative playing for the field goal.
But that gives Big Ben the ball back and a chance to win if you can make this field goal.
He says, I can make the field goal, and I trust my defense to stop Big Ben again.
43-yarder for Shane Graham. It's a 6-point game. Ben Roethlisberger, it's 4th and 10 deep in his own end. Have to go for it with 1:30 to go. Roethlisberger is hurried, and the ball is incomplete. The Steelers had 17 plays in the red zone, come away with only 12 points. The Bengals defense playing as hard as the Steelers usually do. So Cincinnati is in Oakland after Pittsburgh's loss. They know Pittsburgh's lost. Bruce Gradkowski's getting his first start. Even though Cedric Benson's not there.
Pay that man!
You have to think the Bengals are going to take advantage of this,
should
right?
Be a breeze, right?
2nd and 22. The opening drive, Bernard Scott.
Nice feet, nice catch. Look at the verse, coach.
Rookie from Abilene Christian Division II school.
One of the many schools he attended. 119 yards rushing as well for Bernard Scott. And who's the one who runs it in? Carson Palmer picking him up, putting him down.
Go to the pylon, Carson.
7-0 lead. Palmer had another one, too, in the game. How did Doc B do?
Doc B. He was patient in the pocket.
He was patient in the pocket. He was operating here to Chaz Schillens. Over the middle, 25-yard gain. 8 plays later, Bruce Gradkowski to Zach Miller getting points on the board just before the half to make this a game.
Gradkowski is operating, isn't he?
He gives them a spark. He gives them a spark.
4th quarter, Raiders down 17-10. Bruce Gradkowski with less than a minute to go. To Chaz Schillens, there's the patient again, 16-yard gain. 2 plays later, 41 seconds to go. Marvin's nervous, pacing the waiting room.
I don't blame him.
Doc B in the pocket, stats,
operating. Get.
He ties the game with 33 seconds to go.
He's performing open hard.
And then we show the returning kickoff.
Don't do it. No.
Fumbles it. He fumbles it. Andre Caldwell puts the ball on the turf.
What are you telling them, Chad? We would have won this game if you wouldn't have did that.
No.
That's what he said.
4 plays later, Seabass.
The guy from Florida State might
Florida
miss
State.
Got it.
Miss.
The Raiders shocked the Cincinnati Bengals 20-17.
It was you.
The Cincinnati Enquirer had it and dropped it. is the headline. The Bengals, after their hugest win in a long time, to sweep the Pittsburgh Steelers and take full control of the AFC North, lose. They still have control of the AFC North because for the first time since 2002, the entire AFC North lost on the same day. A fact that's been brought half in part by the fact that the Raiders and Chiefs won on the same day for the first time since September of 2007. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals had the Browns in their house and an opportunity to sweep a division for the first time in team history. And Carson Palmer finds J.P. Fauci in the end zone.
Fauci?
Yeah, in a game in which the Browns defense definitely showed up. It's only 10-0 at this point in time. And the Bengals got the ball back just before half. And when you thought on 3rd and long and Palmer needing to throw a Hail Mary here and decides to just run for it, you think the hat's over, except Sean Rogers horse collars Palmer down, tack on 15 more, and with the 15-yarder, it's an untimed down, and with the 15 yards, it brings Shane Graham within 53 yards of the uprights, much to Eric Mangini's chagrin. Graham nails it. What do you think Mangini was upset about?
I don't know what you could possibly be upset about. The whole incident. Look how he scares him.
He shocked Mike Carroll.
Hold on.
You don't know me like that.
13-7 in the third quarter. Larry Johnson got the bulk of the carries in place of the injured Cedric Benson. Bernard Scott
happy to be out of Kansas City.
A 100-yard game for Larry Johnson. First time he did that all year. And here's the way things look in the AFC North. A controlling interest. The Cincinnati Bengals have a 2-game lead as they sweep the division for the first time ever. They hold tiebreakers over the Ravens and the Steelers. Everything looking great in the Queen City right now through 12 weeks. Check out the pregame warm-ups for Ocho. The lines. Took a segue to the sideline.
Okay, he's focused.
And this is his way of getting heat warmed up.
And that could kill a man.
Careful. And he's on the phone. But you know who struck first? That would be Calvin Johnson and the Detroit Lions.
I got a feeling these two, Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson, can hook up like this a lot.
Ocho Uno
for years
on the board. First he had 20 to 23 yards receiving, and then later on Stafford tip drill. Big man with football is
big man scoring.
Jonathan Fanene.
Fanene?
No, he didn't.
Not Shedney.
Next possession for the Bengals. Cedric Benson back.
Hey, send this man to the Pro Bowl and stop playing, everybody.
I think they will. 110 yards rushing. You know, and it would be one thing if Ocho doesn't ball out after doing that stuff.
Right.
But he did. 137 yards receiving. And here's his celebration. Poncho.
What is that?
Sombrero.
What is that? That's classic.
How much is that going to cost?
I don't know, but none of you needs it.
It's going to cost him more than the sombrero and the poncho. Let's put it that way. Here's the Bengals' remaining schedule. What a big game at Minnesota, and then at the Chargers, which could be for the bye week, by the way.
That's a tough
Finishing
schedule.
up with the Chiefs and at the Jets. Let's go to Minnesota, where the Vikings are coming off of a very difficult, troubling loss in Arizona, taking on a Bengals team that was one win away from clinching a division title. Brett Favre's Vikings win on Sunday, and they clinch a playoff spot in the NFC. First quarter, this is the way the ball's bouncing. Right to Greg Lewis.
When that happens, you know good things will happen this game.
An 18-yard gain on that play. Very fortunate not to have that hit. 6,000th career completion.
6,000.
That's the way it happened. Next play, Favre. He's scrambling.
Nice footwork.
There's no blue line in his mind.
No.
He was over the thin blue line right there. Sidney Rice, that's a flag. Oh, well. I think he threw this in St. Paul, didn't he? He was in Minneapolis, now he's in St. Paul.
Just a little bit over the line.
Yes,
Maybe we'll challenge this. I don't know.
So take that off the board, add a field goal instead. 3-0 Minnesota. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Favre to
Watch
Adrian.
the speed, coach. Watch him turn that corner and make a business decision.
He's getting better and better as a pass receiver.
And that was a quality business decision.
Yes, it
3
was.
plays later, Favre. This one he's behind the line.
Sure.
He throws to Rice in the end zone.
Sidney Rice is having a career season.
Career 491 in touchdown passes for Favre. That's 5th receiving touchdown for Rice in the season. Cedric Benson
Picking up where
went over
he left.
1,000 yards for the season.
Man, he's running hard.
But points were hard to come by for Cincinnati in this game. 4 plays later, Palmer fakes the handoff to Ocho and then throws it in. Nice score.
Well done. What's he going to do?
Well, he was
Where's
in the
the
wrong
Viking?
end zone. The Viking was in the other end zone.
Giving up a lot of money this year.
So I guess that was a business decision, too.
It was. Marvin says, yeah, thanks.
Don't go for the Matterhorn. Right before the end of the half, I mean, why don't you just take a knee? I guess you figured Brian Leonard might bust it and get you in field goal position with 7 seconds to go.
The screener draw is the safe play, supposedly.
But Antoine Winfield, back after a 6-game absence, hits Brian Leonard, causes the clear fumble. Chad Greenway recovers, and that's the way the Vikings get a gift 3 points right before the end of the half, up 16-7, and then they got the ball to start the second half on 3rd and 12. Favre zings one at Chester Taylor, splitting the defense for a first down, 26 yards on the play. Down to the Vikings, they're in Cincinnati 25, and then Adrian Peterson leaping.
2 valuable running backs on this team, Coach.
Real good, and let's give it to that guy the ball. He had 2 touchdowns.
Started from the 2-yard line, darn near landed at the top of the K in the end zone, and then Peterson again busts the end zone. His 14th rushing touchdown of the season. That sets a franchise mark in that department, and the Vikings are 13-10 winners. So the Bengals will have to wait till next week at San Diego, a big game for them, to clinch a playoff spot. If the Minnesota Vikings win at the Panthers, they would clinch themselves a first-round bye. Let's start in San Diego, where it was obviously a very somber setting. The Cincinnati Bengals on hand, a moment of silence for the late Chris Henry. Every game taking a moment of silence before the game. Obviously, this more meaningful than most. Chad Ochocinco, moved to tears by the moment of silence. And the Chargers were up 7-3 when the football game was being played in the second quarter. And that's Chad making the catch and then dropping to a knee and being driven to tears again.
I love it. I mean, we see the other side of Chad often, and this is a good opportunity to see the emotional side of Chad Ochocinco.
Crying in a towel on the sideline as the Bengals were up 10-7 in a crucial game for both teams. Obviously, these teams are separated by 1 game. These are the teams 2 and 3 in the AFC rankings. A bye week essentially on the line in this contest. That was Antonio Gates with a nice gain of 13. 6th place later, Phillip Rivers to Vincent Jackson for the score, 14-10 with 3 minutes left to go in the half. The Bengals would get another field goal. It's 14-13 at the half. Midway third quarter, Chad can't corral that pass from Carson Palmer, and it's picked off by Quentin Jammer.
Great play. At this time of the season, Coach, the timing has to be better than that.
Has to be there.
And then 2 plays later, Rivers and Vincent Jackson turned the pick into points. Wide open.
Yeah, he's wide open, and he's been their big play guy. He had 5 catches today with a couple of touchdowns, but this guy's been dependable all season.
San Diego adds another field goal, so they're up 11 with 14 minutes to go when Rivers hits Antonio Gates, who can't get it. And Keith Rivers, one of the many USC Trojans on this Bengals team with a Southern California homecoming on this day, makes the nice pick, and that is a turnover the Bengals desperately needed. Again, down 11 when Chad Johnson comes from one end of the field to the other end of the field and then goes back to the field, part of the field from which he came. Nice gain of 26 with Palmer throwing blocks.
Downfield throwing the blocks.
Great to see Chad being used in multiple ways.
And then 2 plays later, it's Palmer to Lavernius Coles.
Tried to throw it in there on the back shoulder throw. Nice pitch and catch.
Down 5. What does the chart say, Steve?
It says go for 2.
And Carson Palmer keeps it himself.
They never expected the quarterback draw.
You got that right.
So it's a field goal difference now, 24-21, and Carson's back on the sidelines firing the team up. And after a Chargers punt, the Bengals defense hands the ball to the offense deep in their own end, but that's when a big drive began. J.P. Fauci on a gain of 21. 4 plays later, it's Carson Palmer again to Fauci.
Love the way he's stepping up in the pocket, Coach.
Game's never over when you have these veteran quarterbacks playing it.
To midfield, 3 plays later, it's Cedric Benson gain of 12-yard line.
Take that, man.
12 yards. Next play after a Bengals false start. 1st and 15. Carson Palmer to Andre Caldwell. Big hit by Tim Robbins, and something
Carson get it.
Palmer falls down on it, but it's a loss of 20, knocking the Bengals out of field goal range, facing the 3rd and 30. I don't know if you're going to play in the book for that, but this helps. Quan Cosby, an undrafted rookie with a big 23-yard catch, got him back in field goal range, and Shane Graham tied the game with less than a minute to go. Phillip Rivers out of timeouts, needing to drive the field for perhaps a last-minute field goal himself. It is a catch at midfield by Vincent Jackson. 12 ticks left. 2 plays later, From midfield, Phillip Rivers to Malcolm Floyd at the side.
Great route, bad route recognition by the corner.
And that leads to Nate Kading from 52 yards out. He got it. And that's the way the Chargers improved to 11-3, their 9th straight win, handing the Bengals a second consecutive loss on the road. And that leads to this headline in the Cincinnati Enquirer: full-hearted, empty-handed. The Bengals had a very difficult task going all the way across country, dealing with the loss of a fallen comrade, and they could not come up with the win. So the Bengals, 3rd straight week where all they had to do is just win one game and they're in. Last 2 times, couldn't be able to do it. Here's the Bengals taking on Larry Johnson's former team, the Chiefs, and you'd think they would use his bile, his anger, his vengeful nature.
Get over me.
More than just
here
4
it is.
carries, but maybe
Here it is.
What?
Look at Marvin goes, all right, no.
you're done. Essentially, that would be it for him. Cedric Benson ran it 29 times.
Yeah. Give that guy the ball.
Give that guy a check.
Give him a Pro Bowl berth, I'm sure.
He will. Tuesday.
7 Eastern.
Yeah.
Right here on NFL Network. That set up Lavernius Coles, who went to
Florida State, baby.
and the house. 10-3, Bengals on top. But it's a late 3rd quarter, still that score, when Jamal Charles, who's taken quite a bit from much of this opportunity with LJ out, he has been a superb runner of the football. Set up Matt Castle and Tim Castile.
A great catch in traffic.
Great throw. This game's tied in the 4th quarter, people, at 10. And then with 6:10 left in the game, that's still your score. When the Bengals have the ball on their side of the field, Palmer to Lavernius.
Nice route.
The Kansas City 45. Next play, 5:42 to go. Here's Cedric Benson at 133 yards rushing.
How many times did they put a drive together in the end of the game to win it?
This year?
This year.
Many a time.
Many.
And then 6 plays later with 2 minutes to go, right before the 2-minute warning, there's
Shoot. That was a route out of this world. He
What's
came
he
out of
gonna
that
do?
break.
1-5.
Celebrated
up Chris
friend.
Henry's number, and then he taps
Lay hands on him, baby.
So congratulations to the
couple of
Bengals. They have clinched the AFC North. They're going to the playoffs. They're printing playoff tickets.
Go Bengals.
The Ocho v. Revis Bengals v. Jets game on Sunday Night Football meant that it would be all for either the Jets in or the Houston Texans would be in against Cincinnati next week. And the running game was what it was all about for the Jets on Sunday night.
The Wildcat stuff, the option stuff with this guy, got him out in front right away.
He's a real quarterback.
Brad Smith, who was a QB at Mizzou back in the day. 57 yards down to the one. Thomas Jones, the more conventional runner for the Jets, took it in to put the Jets up 7-0. Then after a 3 and out by the Bengals, here comes Sean Green, the rookie out of Iowa. Jets ended up going 69 yards and 21 plays on that drive, and they kicked the field goal. So they're up 10-0. They're controlling the ball. They're controlling the pace. They're controlling the tempo. Brad Smith keeping again.
There's a little option. See ya.
32 yards and gone. 17-0 Jets midway through the 2nd quarter.
It's over.
This is what they do best. They run the football better than anybody behind this veteran offensive line, and I like the new wrinkles that they have each week.
Tony Richardson throwing a block, and Sean Green wasn't even an option. It was just take it right up the gut, Brad Smith. Why don't you?
Oh, it's cold.
Next Jets possession, it was wind chill of 5.
Oh, you leave it home.
Here's Mark Sanchez rolling right. Nice throw to Jericho Cotry. So the rookie's feeling it right now as they're dialing up plays for him. Here he is 5 plays later to Dustin Keller on 2nd and 7.
That's what you want to do with him. Play action, movement, and throw the quick game.
And, of course, have a running game and a defense to back it up. 3 plays later, down to the Bengals 6. Sanchez throws out to Jericho Cotry.
Body on body blocking.
Touchdown, Jets 24-0 as the Bengals offense could not do anything for Marvin Lewis in the first half. It was cold out there, for sure, but it was cold for both teams. Chad had that one on his mitts. Terry Rhodes hit him there, and Chad tweaked his left knee in pregame warm-ups. That was Quan Cosby dropping one, Andre Caldwell dropping one. Palmer's numbers were painter-esque, if I may be so bold.
Blame it on the painter.
Dwight Lowry picks off Palmer for the end of the first half. The Jets tacked on 3 more, 27-0. At the half, Palmer was 1 for 11 with no yards passing in the first half. It was a Jet wipeout. They are in the playoffs. The Texans had their playoff hopes dashed. So the Jets travel to Cincinnati next week to start the wild card weekend. Darrelle Revis after the game with Tara Henderson.
Darrelle, how do you explain how a team left for playoff dead at 7-7 has pulled this off and what this means to you guys?
We just stuck together. You know, we always knew it was a chance out there for us, and we took advantage of it. These last 2 games, and, you know, they were tough games against playoff teams, and we won them.
It was a little lonely out there on Revis Island tonight. Chad, no catches. What do you think of the second matchup, and do you have a little message for him?
No message. I just try to do my job, and, you know, we got to play against them again, so I'm going to just try to do the best I can covering them again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jets in Cincinnati. Ocho Cinco, look what he got himself for his birthday. I think that get a half mile to the gallon, you think?
Yeah, well, you could drive from there to L.A. for sure.
Look at that Mack truck. On his birthday, he's turned 32
That's
today.
Mark's dad.
Mark Sanchez trying to get out of his Huggies in a big bad way, trying to become only the 4th rookie quarterback to win his first playoff game. And Lavernius Coles, the former Jet, after the Bengals were set up with a nice 56-yard kickoff return by Bernard Scott, puts the ball on the turf. And interestingly enough, Marvin Lewis decides to challenge after an entire commercial break in which it was apparent that Coles had control of the ball before fumbling. And it was a challenge that went for naught. Lost the challenge, lost the timeout, lost possession of the football, but didn't lose any points over it. The Jets couldn't convert it into points. Bengals come right back, and then Cedric Benson began to get it going.
Running like he's upset, which he is, for not being voted to the Pro Bowl.
19-yard game. That sets up a redemptive moment for Lavernius Coles. A 7-play drive capped by Coles' touchdown catch, and the Bengals strike first.
Very nice throw. Easy out route by Lavernius Coles. Go to the pylon. Take the lead early.
7-0. Cincinnati already more points than they had all last week. Mark Sanchez on 3rd and 9 at the end of the first quarter. Big catch by Jericho Cotchery. Marvin Lewis decides to challenge this, perhaps after seeing Sanchez say, let's go up and let's snap it quickly. But you see one toe down and the other is dragged.
Marvin needs some friends up in the booth. Yes, but tell him the truth.
Got to get some good advice up there.
Out of challenges for the rest of the game with 47 ticks left in the first quarter. And then up top to Braylon Edwards, who drops him.
Yeah, he got you all right. Lead among the league leaders every year, Michael, for the most dropped balls. This is just lack of concentration right here, taking your eyes off the ball at the precise moment. It's nothing to do with the sleeves.
Hits him between the 1 and the 7. The rookie quarterback can't be picked up by his receiver, but the rookie running back does. Sean Green, touchdown, longest run play for a touchdown in Jets playoff history. The rookie out of Iowa puts the Jets on the board. It's tied at 7. 3rd and 6, midway through the second quarter. Darrelle Revis picks off Carson Palmer.
They don't seem to be on the same page. It looks like Ocho's going to go deep, and he wants to throw a back shoulder throw, it looks like.
Yeah, but the ball should have been thrown upfield. But Darrelle Revis did a great job. Right here, watch him. Shielding off Chad Ocho Cinco to make sure he cannot get position on that football.
3 plays later, it's 3rd and long again for the rookie. No big whoop. Jericho Cotchery picks it up on the slant route. Puts it in Bengals territory. Next play, It is Sanchez to his second-year tight end. Last year's first-round pick for the Jets. Dustin Keller, touchdown, 45 yards. And the rookie quarterback has his first career playoff touchdown. And the coach is letting him know.
It's in your heart, baby. It's in your heart.
Third quarter, 14-7. Jets opening drive results in a field goal. Jay Feely was doing the punting in an emergency duty. Kicks a 42-yarder, except for the fact it's a false start. Moving back 5 yards. Jay Feely tells us, Coach, I can do this. I can make this.
No
Coach
big
says,
deal.
Well, then go do it from 52 yards out. And it is good, but it's another false start on the Jets.
Come on.
They can't do this next.
Sit in the blocks.
So the Jets waste an opportunity, have to punt it away. No points for the Jets, and back come the Bengals, ensuing possession. What a day for Cedric Benson.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. Cedric Benson put in his plea for, like you said, I'm upset about it, but my money, honey, can you make my dollar holler?
27 of his franchise postseason, 169 rushing yards, and then there's the flag on the next play. Revis called for pass interference on Ocho. Your thoughts, Brian?
My thoughts on that good out-and-up move, but this is some good coverage right there. He gets the body into it. Look and lean, young corners, look and lean. Great play.
But the Jets defense holds the Bengals out of the end zone, and here's Shane Graham that kicked the field goal, and this is no good.
He Nick Funked it.
That's a good one.
So it's still 14-7 Jets. Jets get the ball back, and here's Sean Green, who had 135 rushing yards on 21 carries, 17 yards there, 5 plays later. 3rd and 6, Braylon Edwards picks up the first down, gain of 16, 1st and goal at the 9. Next play, Thomas Jones, touchdown. Jets are up 2 scores with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
This is where they're good. They're going to run the ball regardless of 8 in the box, 9 in the box. Stay stubborn with the run.
The dream season of the Bengals is slipping away. 12 minutes to go in the game. Ocho picks up a first down, or actually a gain of 9. Next play, 2nd one from the 47, and Cedric Benson is gone.
Great blocking, body on his play, and Benson outruns the defenders.
And we've got a ball game again. It's 21-14 Jets with 11 minutes to go. Right back at you, big fella. Jets get the ball back. Mark Sanchez, 2nd and 8 from the 34. Play fake. There is Dustin Keller making another play.
But they made a killing with this play. Rolling Mark Sanchez out, getting that ball on the road to the tight end, Dustin Keller. He ran well with the ball.
Sanchez was 12 of 15 on the day, 80%, highest percentage of a rookie quarterback in playoff history.
Good.
And then Jay Feely kicks the field goal with 5 and change to go, and the Jets do get the 3. They're up 2 scores. Carson Palmer needing points fast. Can't find Ocho on the deep route there. 4.5 minutes to go. Next play, Carson Palmer, 3rd and 10, looking for Quan Cosby. And there comes a late flag, illegal contact on Drew Coleman. Fresh sets of downs for the striped cat of Cincinnati. 2 plays later, playoff life on the line. 9th play of the drive, Palmer to Quan Cosby again. Tack on 15 yards late, hit David Harris.
Smart by getting out of bounds now. Not a smart play. Hitting them late.
15 more yards sets the Bengals up on the Jets 11. Palmer, next play, what do? One-on-one coverage with Ocho. Go for it! Oh. And he gets his feet down but can't corral the football, so close. This was the Bengals' best chance at a touchdown on the rest of the sets of downs from that point. So bring Shane Graham on, right? Got to get at least 3 points. It's a
chip shot.
It's a chip shot from 28 yards away. And Shane Graham... Nick Fulton. Nick Fulton again. Oh, goodness gracious. That look says it all. And that's the way the Jets would seal the deal. A very emotional Ocho Cinco at the end of, as we all know, a highly emotional up and down season for the Cincinnati Bengals, mostly up as they went 9-3. And then they finish up 10-7 and still have not won a playoff game since 1990. As for the Jets, what a day, led by the youth movement. Mark Sanchez, the 4th rookie quarterback to ever win his first playoff game. Rex Ryan, the first Jets head coach to win a playoff game in his first season.